Well done. We are going to start our lecture today. And as we have started reading some lines of Tintern Abbey, today we are going to read some other lines with interpretation. And before going to start the previous today's class, we will highlight some things from the previous class. I mean, we should review, and you can recall your memory from the images. The images tell something else. It will help you to understand the poem as well. So these are, you can understand at the very first time in the very first 22 lines, we have seen the impact of the sunshine. Sunshine cannot reach, okay, the deep forest as well. So these are also the same thing, and this is a what? This is a rainy area, but not isolated. This is what? Crowded area as well. And we have already mentioned that what is Abbey? Abbey means, can anyone recall your memory? What is? I'm sorry? Church. Okay. So, we have already mentioned that the poem has been divided into three groups, three portions, three segmentations. What are they? First of all, description of the scenery. First 22 lines, actually the description of the scenery. This is simple law. Outer description of the nature. Outer description of the nature. And the long portions where in which in the second part he means Wordsworth tries to he expresses his philosophy of nature. He has some philosophical ideas. He has some observation about the feelings and realization. He tries to gives it there and addresses to finally he tries to address his sister Dorothy Wordsworth. And from the very early we have already known that after 5 years he has revisited the same place. With whom? With his sister Dorothy. And he has seen that the natural description, natural scenery is almost the same, though a bit changed to somewhat extent. Even the waterfalls comes from the peak of the mountains, and the sound of the waterfall is what? Seems to be what? Murmuring sound, yeah, coming is there. That everything attracts him. But what is the differences we have got that? He has got that when he came first here, in that time, what? He couldn't understand the meaning of the nature. Now, he is able to, because he is experienced. He is now adult one, matured one. That's why, okay? And in the last stage, we will see that he addresses his sister Dorothy for what reason? So that she can accept nature as a friend, as a teacher, as a guide, as a nurse, as everything. What else? But in the second portion, we will see that he will declare that God is everywhere in the nature, each and every parts of the nature. Man can betray according to him, but nature cannot betray to anyone else. So the poet says, in the second visit of Tintern Abbey, after an absence of 5 years, he hears the murmuring sound of the waters of river. This is actually the review of the first class, where river went. The tall mountains give an impression of deep seclusion or loneliness. The green field seems to stretch as far as the horizon. So at the same time in the description we have seen that is a what? He has shown the relationship between the earth and the sky. Okay? The mountain makes a relationship. The mountain, high hill, make the relationship. What? Relationship between the sky and the earth. Okay? The green field seems to stretch as far as the horizon. The landscape is calm and quiet. The poet lies down under the sycamore tree. Sycamore is a tree. Then what? The plots attached to the cottage are green. right up to the cottage door. The fruits on the tree are at the season and ripe and green. Obviously, whenever he may have visited the first time, he has seen it's a full of what? Ripened fruits. But it is not the time of what? Ripened fruits. These fruits are green. As a result, there is no different colors he has seen except the green. Beasts are going wild in the jungle. They look and what irregular line of the hedges. Why he has mentioned that irregular hedges? It means of what? There is no one reach there. There is no one reaches there. As a result, the hedges, the jungles are not clean at all. These are what? Indisciplined. Okay? And smoke is rising from the among the tree. Why the smoke is coming from there and where it is coming, it is also given there. Then what? From this smoke, we guess that either some homeless wanderers are making fire in the jungle or some hermit is sitting in the jungle near his fire. Why the hermit is there? We have already mentioned it. Now, from the first portion. Anyone please? No question?
Now please repeat it again slowly. No, there is no question.
There is no question.
Sir, any question like that?
So it is of what? Very first portion, I mean up to the 22 lines, we have seen only the nature description, how he has observed it and he compared past and present. In the last class we mentioned it, we compared it, past and present. How? Because he visited the first time 5 years ago, and after 5 years when he has seen that almost everything is the same except to somewhere else. What are the differences? He has noticed that the smoking is coming far behind of the jungle, okay, or the forest. At the same time, he has seen that there is no ripened fruits. And another thing he has seen, there is a cottage. Cottage is for what? Where the hermit is living. Okay, a hermit's existence is mentioning here. And another thing he has mentioned of what? No businessmen come here, no person rich there. As a result, the hedges are unclean, still now. And he compares it with what? With the busy life of the city. That's enough, I think, okay? And hermit, you know that the hermit means about a holy man or the person who likes to what? Who likes to? Who likes to what? Meditate, to make a relation with God directly, okay? Religious person, saint, we are telling, we can tell. Okay, let us come back to the main point. Feeling joy, our unremembered pleasure. In the last class we had already mentioned it. Feeling joy of our remembered pleasure, such perhaps we have no slight or tribal influence on that best portion of a good man's life, his little, nameless, unremembered acts of kindness and of love. So what does it mean? Poet shows more gratitude for these memory. Poet shows more gratitude for this memory, the joy of which caused him to be a good person. Wordsworth gives his moral doctrine here. Nature improves character. Nature improves character. Okay. So, what does it mean? Gratitude for his memory. Which memory? The joy which is costing him to be a good person. Wordsworth giving his moral doctrine here. So, what does it mean? That sometimes some experience we gather which always what? Destroys our personality or peace, etc., etc. But he always wants to what? Recall what? Which thing? Good thing. Which makes his life. Which makes his life actually? The disease of the forest and which is unpleasant. When he lives in the city, that is completely unpleasant. That's why he doesn't want to remember it, rather he wants to only recall of what? His memory, which makes him change at Okay. Next one. Nor less I trust, to them. I may have owed another gift as aspect more sublime. That blessed mode in which the burden of the mystery, in which the heavy and the weary weight of all the unintelligible world is lightened. Second gift. What is the second gift? Blessed mode. The word is unintelligible for the poet. It means what? Disappointment with friend's revelation. So he doesn't also want to recall. He doesn't want to recall also all that of what? Which is unpleasant for him. He doesn't want to recall. Okay? Sorry? Sorry? Burden means of what? Can anyone tell that? What is the meaning of this word?
Sir, tidy.
Tired, exhausted. It makes you exhausted, tired, boresome. Okay? I mean, so what? Those things, those memories which makes you tired, exhausted mentally, physically. He doesn't want to what? He want to recall them, and it is one of them. Okay? And I mean, so what? Before the French Revolution, what's happening in Europe? He doesn't want to recall that one as well. That serene and blessed mode in which the affections gently lead us on until the breath of this what? Corporeal frame and even the motion of our human blood. Almost suspended, we are laid asleep in body and become a living soul. What does it mean? Poets throws light on the deep spiritual relationship with nature. Corporeal frame or physical body became dead and irrelevant, but the inner eye or the soul awakes. So, what does it mean then? Sometimes we mention that as he is a saint, as he is a good man, he may have died physically, but his soul, his activities, his what contribution for the society never dies. It means the word, our inner eyes is awakened, it is open to see, to observe something else. Got my point? Here he mentioned that physical construction of the body is not important. Important is what? The purification. The what? Quietness or happiness of your soul, which instructs you to do something good. It means of what? After your death, even your soul also be awakened. Okay? Because of your good contribution. Next of all, what? While we and I made quiet by the power of humanity and the deep power of joy, we see into the life of things. So, what things actually makes your soul alive after your death? He has already mentioned here. While we and I made quiet by the power of what? Harmony. Harmony means of what? Integration, relationship. Okay? Close relationship. Then of what? And the deep power of joy. Deep power of joy. Remember that. When two brothers live harmonious way side by side, what's happened? You can feel enjoy. Your mind is happy, full of happiness. But if there is a disintegration, what's happened? Always you are feeling what? Hesitation, dilemma, whether something happened or not. Okay? It means of what? You cannot live at all in peace. So what? I made quiet means that he is no longer aware of the surroundings. What? Quiet becomes a mystic through power of meditation coupled with the powers of harmony with nature and joy and this union with nature, and he attains a spiritual status. What does it mean that? We are busy with ourselves, but here the speaker, the poet mentions of what? We are doing something else. He is very much aware to get to understand the harmony of what? Between human being and the nature. We have already mentioned that. Wordsworth, one of the major things is what? The relationship. To show the relationship between man and nature. That's why where you should find the harmonious relationship? Your surroundings. Most of the times we keep off our eyes. As a result, we cannot see the significance, the hand which are spreaded from the nature to make a relationship, harmonious relationship. But here the speaker claims that he knows in which way we can make a harmonious relationship. If you can make the harmonious relationship, what's happened? Your time, your life will be joyous, happiness. Got my point? So from where you can get it? From your surroundings. Your surroundings means of what? The nature. Surroundings means of what? Nature, or the objects of the nature. In your surroundings, what we have seen that? Some natural elements. Green elements or something else, or the river or the hill, something else. Okay? Sky, etc., etc. It means of what? You will get the peace and happiness in where? In nature. Yet, oh, how often, in darkness and amid the many shapes of joyless delight, when the fretful stare, unprofitable, and the favor of the world have hung upon the beatings of my heart. Fretful stare is disturbing noises of the world, unprofitable, as there are no gains, favor of the world, or materialistic observation of this world. What does it mean then? Can anyone explain this? Why we are losing our happiness? In which way we are destroying our happiness? Why we are busy in our realistic world? We are busy in our realistic world for what reason? To be established. What? Earning the materialistic profit. We are busy our materialistic life. Here he says that you can see that fretful stare is disturbing noises of the world, unprofitable. I mean, so what? Your materialistic world, for what reason you are very much busy? This is a what? Completely unprofitable. And that destroys, disturbing, these are disturbing elements. And what? As there are no gains, figure of the word are materialistic observation of this word. These are the materialistic observation, nothing else. So got my point? In the previous slide, in the previous few lines, we have seen that he urges us to make a relationship with what? With the nature. How? Observing your surroundings. Observing your surroundings. Here he says that obviously, whenever you want to make a relationship, means you want to be happy or joyous, in that time you must what? Avoid the materialistic gain. You see that most of the religious what? Saint people, all the arts is that you need not avoid after or what? After the materialistic life. The man who has a lot of money, do you think that they live in peace? They live in happy? Number of problems they have. Number of problems they have. But the man who has only the few, they can what? Live in peace. They enjoy their life. For example, one of the ministers, he or she cannot desire to go anywhere else without any protection. What does it mean that? All the time they are so much what? Formal. They cannot be the casual. In the formal situation you cannot enjoy, you cannot what? Entertain yourself. Okay? So what does it mean that? You must take the lesson from where?
Like
relationship between the nature and the human being. Peace.
Like that you.
Life?
Prime Minister.
Yes. Next one is what? How? In spirit, oft means what? Often, okay? How in spirit have I turned to thee, O sylvan way, the wanderer through the woods. How often has my spirit turned to thee? What? Sylvan way means what? Calls a spirit. Calls a spirit. And you know that in ancient period, supernatural elements is one of the major elements in romantic literature. Okay? And spirit is one of that. Calls it a spirit. He compares the fever of the world with the tranquility of the river when. why turn to where for inspiration and for the meaning of life. So where he gets the meaning of life? From the where river. From the where river? Where? In which way? How? First of all, the river is the one of the natural elements. It's a natural, it's not artificial, it's a part of the nature. Number one. It's a what? It's always what? Passing, and it has a current, it has a sound, it has a motion. What does it mean that? Whenever a stream falls from the falling side, what? You can listen to the murmuring sound. That means a musical tone is coming. And whenever the current is going or the water is what? Flowing, in that time what's happened? You have seen that the wave, support the water is dancing. What does it mean that? The happiness of the river is, he is describing. Support, you can get your happiness from where? From the river. Support, from the nature. Actually, as river is the part of the nature, so we can say that we can get it from where? From the nature. Okay? Next one. And now, with glimpse of half extinguished thought, with many recognitions, dim and faint, and somewhat of a sad but perplexity, the picture of mind revives again. Upon this second visit, Wordsworth says that his memories are revived again. Why his memory again revived? I have already mentioned earlier, in which when he 5 years back came here or visited the place, in that time he was not so much mature, intellectual one. He could not understand the importance of the nature. Now he can. Now he can. And in that time, whatever he enjoyed, he couldn't nourish it in his mind. As a result of what? It becomes a vacuum. But after 5 years, when he revisited with his sister Dorothy Wordsworth, every memory come to his mind and he could understand the meaning of the nature. Got my point? So that's why he is saying that it is a word, half extinguished thought, half extinguished thought. That's why he has mentioned that. Okay. Next of what? While here I stand. While here I stand. Here means what? The place where he visited. Tintern Abbey. Okay. Tintern Abbey. Not only with the sense of present pleasure, but with the pleasing thoughts that in this moment there is life and food for future years. So, I have already mentioned that the poem has connected 3 ages. First of all, what? Past, present and future. So far we have discussed 2. One is what? Past, and that is present. Now he indicates a word, future. In which way? He says that where I am visiting now, or where I have stayed now, the place doesn't satisfy in the present time. It also gives me what? Fruits of a life of what? For the future. It means of what? The meaning of life he has got there. Because the nature is only the what? Such thing which satisfies all the time people in past, present and future as well. So future can never, nature can never betray or goes against the human being. Which human being? How we can explain it? For example, I have the relation one of you. So what's happened? Whenever you will see that, I have the benefit if I continue my relationship. What's happened? You will disconnect with me. You will try to break up the relation. So what does it mean? In future I will not get anything from you. But if there is a existence of nature, nature must provide you in future as well. Never, whether you have any relationship or not. Whether you own the mango trees or not. Who owns the tree? Always he will what? Give you some fruits. What does it mean that? It will also give you life and fruits in future. Who can give it? The nature can only give it. Okay? Next. And so I dare to hope. And so I dare to hope. Though changed, Though change means of what? First and present he has got the change. No doubt, from what I was when? First. I came among these hills, when like a roe, I bounded over the mountains. By the sides of the deep river and the lonely streams, wherever nature led. What does Wordsworth gives us? Flashback again, like a roe or deer, without thinking, he followed nature. It means what? Deer, doe, these are what? These are the elements of the parts of the nature. Okay. He falls in love of what? Nature. And this is not the irrelevant, irrational. It's a rational. For what reason? For the first time, he gets the meaning applied. He is able to get a what? Benefits of the nature. Benefit of the nature. So why he has this avoided them? He cannot avoid it. Okay? So next one. More like a man flying from something that he dreads than one who sought the thing he loved. Nature sometimes filled him with what? Fear. Nature sometimes filled him with fear, obviously. He is observing it that way. Sometimes it is a what? It is also it is of what? Sometimes fill him with the fear as a human being causes of what? Our fearness, fearful situation sometimes. Similarly, it also, okay? It also. But his feelings is different. For what reason? For nature then, the coarser pleasure of my boy's days. For nature then, the coarser pleasure of my boy's days and their glad animal moments all gone by. To me was all in all. All in all means what? A passion, appetite, filling up both his emotional and physical desires. So when he was what? He is actually here expressing his early childhood's expression when he visited it first time. In that time what happened? He takes everything physically, emotionally. Physically and emotionally. Obviously, whenever at the early childhood, whenever we get something else, we become so much emotional. But when we become mature, in that time what? We are trying to justify everything. We are trying to evaluate everything. Then we can make a conclusion whether we should accept it or not. Okay. Similarly, here, why in that time that things are cause of fearful? Because he in that time takes deer, doe, and the other natural parts as a what? Emotional and as what? Physical. Okay? That's why. Is it clear? Is it clear? Why? Because of his childhood memories were or what? Feelings were full of emotions. Next one. I cannot paint. What then I was? The sounding cataract haunted me like a patient. The tall rock, the mountain, and the deep and gloomy wood, their colors, their forms were then to me an appetite. Then, in past natural beauty attracted me. So it means what? Again, we have seen that he has described of what? Natural description, outer description of the nature. I mean, so what? When he visited the place 5 years ago, in that time it was of what? In that time he enjoyed only the external beauty. External beauty. As a result, he says that of what last an appetite. He was so much thirsty to get the beauty of, to enjoy the beauty of nature. As a result, he visited each and everywhere. But he doesn't get the meaning of it. Now he can understand that. Obviously, it doesn't what? Enjoy me. Rather, it can ensure me to survive on the earth in future as well by providing me what? By providing me foods and life. Okay. Next, a feeling and a love that had no need of a remoter charm by thought supplied nor any interest and borrowed from the eye. A feeling and a love that had no need of a remoter charm by thought supplied nor any interest and borrowed from the eye. What does it mean? Poet then was only emotionally attracted to nature and had no relationship at deeper level of thought. So poet then was only emotionally attached to it. Same thing again here. These few lines also discuss what external beauty because of his emotional attachment with the nature or the physical attachment with the nature, not his word. It doesn't come from where? His soul or his heart. Okay. Next, the time is past. So he declared that the time is past. I mean, so what? He could understand the change in his mind now. That's why he mentioned that the time is past. And all its aching joyous are now and no more, and all its dizzy rapture the past with old feelings is no more. So in which way he observed the nature in early age when he visited it 5 years back, he doesn't feel it now. Rather, he feels it in a new way. Where what? It is our moral obligation to make our relationship, close intimate relationship or the bosom relationship with nature. For what reason? For our own survival. For our own survival. Okay? So here we have seen that he declared what? Why he has changed his mind. Okay? Why he has changed his first attitude towards the nature? Because in that time he felt it, he realized it, he accepted the nature emotionally and physically. But now he accepts the nature in which way? Because of the meaning of life. And it comes from where? His soul. Because he has changed, he has seen the change and the functions of the nature. Function of the nature. Okay.